how effective TikTok is at promoting animal rights. The TikTok videos I made in the month of April have received a total of 10 million views. Have received a total of 10 million views.
So you bagged him. I'ma say.
Darn it. Yo, what's up? Ryuji here, and today we're gonna make some animal rights content and see if we can have it go viral on TikTok. TikTok is a rapidly growing social media platform and today has an estimate of about 800 million monthly active users. So for most people, it's just a new way to escape life and destroy some brain cells. But for superior beings such as myself, this is an opportunity to grab some attention. I'm gonna give myself two rules for this challenge. First of all, the content has to be animal rights related content. No food, no dancing. And second of all, I'm gonna give myself a time constraint. I don't wanna spend any more than 2 or 3 hours per week max on this project because, well, I can't afford to spend my life on TikTok. But also, I wanna find out if it's a viable platform to use, even if you only have a little bit of free time on your hands. The goal for this time is simple. We're gonna try to hit 1 million views in the next couple weeks. Now, given that this is where my account is at, I'm a little bit nervous about this, especially given the fact that on Instagram, I have never accumulated 1 million views in 2 weeks. But I guess that's what makes this whole thing fun, so we'll just, to be as efficient as possible, we're gonna batch our content, and I'm gonna do that right now. So what I'm gonna do is basically give myself 1 hour, and I'm gonna challenge myself to make 14 pieces of TikTok content in this 1 hour. Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
So from the little bit of research I did on the platform, it seems like a major factor to whether or not a video is going to be successful is whether or not people actually watch the video from start to finish, with bonus points if people watch it multiple times. And this seems to make sense. I mean, like every social media platform, TikTok is going to want its users to have fun and to spend more time on the app. That being the case, for all my content, I decided to focus on two things. One, the initial hook. So I want to give people a strong reason to watch the rest of the video. And second of all, I mean, this is really obvious, but I'm going to try to make my content engaging so that it's engaging from start to finish. Okay, so I'm just rendering the last of the 14 videos that I made, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I went an hour overboard with the time, which is not good. So I did different types of content to see what would work and what wouldn't work. I have some videos where I'm just straight up talking to the camera. I have some other videos where it's just some B-roll and some text. I have some videos that are a bit longer. I have some videos that are a bit shorter, different types of hooks. And basically all that's left to do now is post these over the next week. And I'll see you next week when we see the results. Alright, so it's now been a few days. We've posted all the 14 posts that we've made, and if we look at our results, this is definitely an impressive start. Now first off, as I already showed you, this is what my account looked like when we first started. However, after just these few days and these 14 posts, this is what our account looks like now. The text and image videos did much better than the talking head videos. The least successful text and images video has 4,962 views, while the most successful talking head video only has about a fifth of that at 1,082 views. Other talking head videos accumulated a few hundred views each, but on the flip side, we have one huge winner, which is this video, which has a staggering 195.3 thousand views to this day. 3 shocking facts the egg industry does not want you to know. Every male chick in the egg industry, since they'll never lay an egg, is considered a waste product and is killed on their first day of life. Female chicks then go on to get their beaks and their claws trimmed, because otherwise they'll attack each other and damage the goods. Every single chicken in the egg industry, when their egg production declines, is sent to a slaughterhouse where they're hung upside down and they get their throats slit. And if we add everything up, we are now at 283,541 views, which is definitely very impressive. Now that being said, it is only about a quarter of our goal, so even though the goal actually looks a lot more attainable now, we still have some serious work to do.
3, 2, 1.
So see, if I look at our video that did the best, it might have been a fluke, but at the same time, I do think that there are some elements about it that made it so it had a lot better of a chance to go viral than some other videos. And if I were to guess what those elements would be, what I'd say is a strong hook, no wasted time whatsoever in the video ends exactly when the expectations are met, and the video is emotional. Okay, and with about 1 minute left on the clock, we finished all 10 pieces. While I was doing this, my motivation just really dipped halfway through. I was like, I really don't want to do this, but I was like, you know what? When you commit to something, you do it. So we got it done, and now what we're gonna do is just test those over the next few days, and I will see you then with the results. So it's been a few days again. I made all 10 posts that we prepared previously, and also waited a couple of days so that the views would kind of settle down. Now, although I thought I'd learned from the first run, apparently not so much, because our run this time was not nearly as successful as the first one. On the low end of things, we have several videos like these that accumulated around 1,000 views, and on the high end, we have this video that's comparing eating dogs to eating other animals, this one that's about why male chicks are killed in the egg industry, and this one that's about the quote-unquote broiler chicken industry. Now, in a second, we're gonna add all that up to see where we're at. But before we do that, I wanted to share with you some observations I've had about TikTok in general, and specifically, I want to dive into 4 limitations that I've seen so far with the platform. First is the strict community guidelines around posting animal cruelty. And as a reflection of that, me and other creators that I know have already gotten community guideline violation strikes as a result of posting footage that TikTok has deemed too graphic. Showing what happens to the animals on this platform is always a gamble, and as someone who believes that exposing what happens to the victims is of utmost importance, I find this very unfortunate. 2, TikTok is for short form content. Anything you post on there has to be under 60 seconds, and making a compelling case for the animals in that time is possible, but also challenging. What that means is that people who just see one video you post can very easily misunderstand or misinterpret what you're trying to say. 3, TikTok is for short-term content. On YouTube, videos like Dairy is Scary or Gary Yourofsky's speech still get seen thousands of times every single day, even though they were posted years and years ago. On TikTok, your video might have a quick, immediate spike, but a couple weeks after you've posted a video at most, your video is going to be dead forever. And 4, lack of control over your target audience. To take the example of Dairy is Scary again, most people who are going to see that video are most likely either searching for the topic or maybe someone shared the video with them. Couple that with the fact that people have to consciously make the decision to click on the video. Well, most people who end up seeing the video are going to be somewhat pre-qualified, meaning that it's more likely that they're going to be meaningfully impacted by that video. In contrast, on TikTok, when a video goes viral, it just means that it meets a certain number of criteria, and therefore the algorithm pushes it out to a random audience who's mostly going to see it through scrolling through their For You page. Meaning that the percentage of people who are going to be meaningfully impacted by what you put out is something you can't control at all and might end up being very, very small. So all that being said, do I think that TikTok is a platform worth investigating if you're an activist focused on education? Yes, I absolutely think so. I think that most of the limitations you can overcome with creativity, and even if the percentage of people who are meaningfully impacted by your content is very, very small, so long as you reach a lot of people, that small percentage can still be a large number of people. If we just look at the 10 last posts we made, those posts ended up having 116,347 views. Which is good, but if you remember the first part, that's not even half of the number of people we were able to reach the first time. If we add that up to our previous total, that would make 399,888 people. But that's not actually the number of views we got, because the first 14 posts that I made actually still accumulated views throughout those past few days where I made my 10 newer posts, including the video about the egg industry, which actually grew to a shocking 843.9 thousand views. And so if we add up all the new numbers, our actual total is 1,187,457 views. Yep, I really didn't think we'd make it here, but here we are, we made it. The takeaway I think is that if you start posting and you don't see immediate results, don't get discouraged because it only takes 1 or 2 posts to reach a lot of people for your impact to be significant. And this is not a perfect way to quantify my impact, but over the past couple weeks during this experiment, my follower count increased 4,724 people. Now, I don't know who these people are and why they chose to follow the page, but because TikTok distributes its content to a very broad general audience, I think it's reasonable to assume that a huge portion of these people are people who are relatively new to animal rights or who are in some way intrigued or meaningfully impacted by the content that I put out. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, I would love if you could leave a like on this video and write a comment to let me know what you thought. It really goes a long way in supporting the channel, and I really want to see your feedback. Thank you so much to my wonderful supporters over at Patreon for making this video possible. The next video I'm working on is on Gary Yourofsky and what I think we can learn from his life-changing activism. Apart from that, you're awesome. Thank you so much again, and until next time, let's keep defending animals.